Welcome to Get More Happy. We invite you to journey with us as we find ways, big and small, to get more happy in your life.
Hey everybody, it's Haley. I'm back to talk to you guys about some fun things you can be doing during quarantine to take care of yourself and your mental health. So, this week I'm going to talk to you guys about learning something new. The first thing that I want to say that I want to make sure I get out there at the very beginning of my video, so if the only thing that you hear is this, I want to get this out there. There has been this dialogue kind of running around the internet that says, if you don't come out of this quarantine with a new skill or a new thing that you've created or a new talent or a new accomplishment, then you never were lacking the time to do it. You were solely lacking the commitment. And I have seen some prominent trauma psychologists respond to this on the internet. And I really just want to kind of echo some of the things that they've been saying. So some of the trauma psychologists are responding to this concept. First of all, they don't really like this concept of this ultimatum that you should be accomplishing something during this time, or else you really just lack, kind of the message that's being sent is like you lack worth, or you lack drive, or you lack passion, or whatever. And so the first thing I want to tell you is that learning something new does not need to be something that is an ultimatum, and it does not need to be something that you have this crazy expectation of yourself, that you do it perfectly or that you do it at all. It is not something that you need to force on yourself. You are coping with a trauma just like the rest of us are. All of us have had to go through lots of changes, and a lot of us have had to cope with a lot of loss during this time. And so please, please do not hear my message today as me telling you that you need to learn something new to add up to anything. This does not contribute to your worth. It does not contribute to who you are as a person. You are a perfectly great, awesome person, regardless of whether you come out of this quarantine with 50 new skills or, having learned to rest and relax and find peace with yourself, or just gotten through it at all. Like, all of that is completely okay. Every one of those options is an awesome, okay thing to be able to say that you did with your time. So that's the first thing I want to say. Have grace with yourself. Have grace if whatever you're learning is not perfect. Have grace if whatever you're learning doesn't get done at all. If you can't get out of bed this morning and the only thing you can do is just survive the day, that's okay. Survive the day. You do what you need to do for your own mental health. Do not force this on yourself. That being said, for someone like me who has a lot of energy, a lot of times my energy, if I'm not doing something productive with it, gets kind of redirected into anxiety. And so for me, doing something and or learning something is really, really helpful. And it helps me to kind of channel that anxious energy into something more productive. And so some of the things that can do, first, I'm going to tell you some of the benefits of that. And then I'm going to give you some examples of what I've been doing. So some of the things that learning something new can do for you is it can offer a distraction from some of the things that are going on right now. That's been really helpful for me, just so that I'm not constantly thinking about the fact that I'm stuck inside. Instead, I kind of get to spend a little bit of time just thinking about something else, and learning something specifically requires a lot more of your mind than just doing something that you already know how to do. And so it is a really helpful distraction for me. It also helps to build your and my confidence, right? If I learn something new, it makes me feel like I've accomplished something. That boosts my confidence, and that can help to counteract depression. And then it also can turn this like really challenging, possibly very negative time for you. It can give you something positive that's come out of it, right? So like maybe I was trapped inside for a month, but I learned this thing, and that can give me at least a good perspective on it, right? It helps me to see something positive from the negative and not just deem the whole time that I'm inside as this like negative, bad time, right? And so this thing that you learn, it can be something technical. It can help you build your resume. It can be something that's going to help you get a job after all this is over, or it could be something creative. Like Jesse and Elena from the very beginning have been talking about doing something creative and creating something. And all those things can kind of help you to get those creative juices flowing and a lot more positive energy, or even to express negative feelings that you've been having. So those are some of the really awesome benefits of learning something. And now I'm going to tell you guys what I've been learning while I've been in quarantine. So first of all, ukulele. So I have been playing ukulele for about a year now, and I realized that when I get stressed out, I play it way more. And I go and learn my favorite songs, and I like to do that because it gives me something to try and pick up and like learn, and then I feel like cool because I can perform it, right? Like, so I don't know why, but like having accomplished a song for some reason just makes me feel a lot better. So it's a small tangible thing that I can accomplish, but it's also creative. So it's a lot of fun for me. Additionally, let's see if I can get this. I learned macrame. So I learned how to like stitch these little stitch things. And I have made a bunch for flower pots because I really like planting things and having plants, but I never really have the time to take care of them the way that I want to. So this has given me time to learn how to take care of plants and also to learn how to make something really pretty for my plants so that I can hang them in my house. So I love that. That's been a lot of fun. And if you are looking for something like that, I know Michael's, at least up until a couple weeks ago, was still doing like pickup service. So like I went and bought string and I could pick it up at the store even though I wasn't like able to go in and buy it. And so that might be an option for you depending on where you are. So yeah, there's all sorts of different things. I've also been learning yoga or getting better at yoga. I already kind of did yoga, but I've like committed myself to learning like new skills or getting better at it. Or for me personally, kind of bouncing off of last week, I have been really interested in the benefits of meditation. And so I've been trying to spend a longer time at the end of my yoga session meditating or doing like a shavasana pose is what we call it. So basically laying on the ground and being quiet and breathing. So that's been really cool for me. That's been a lot of fun. So yeah, lots of cool things that you guys can learn during this time. By no means is this something that you need to hold yourself to an expectation or an ultimatum. And this in no way defines your worth, but it can give you an awesome way to kind of turn this frown upside down and get something positive from your time in quarantine. So, with that being said, I hope you guys have an awesome week and check back in later this week for more tidbits on how to take care of yourself during quarantine. Talk to you later.